This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call the twilight.
I got love for you, no lie. I give my best, I try. Someday we'll touch the sky. You're an angel, little baby. Wipe all your tears away. I know it's been crazy, but keep your head up high.
Foot chase through the projects, dodging foreign objects. Street knowledge, I should've went to college. Odds stacked against me, surviving off instinct. 3 blocks from the precinct. Lil' homie caught a case, others lost family members. Product of his environment, projects produce violence in the middle of the streets, cause that's how we eat. Just a rap about the trap don't mean I ain't about peace.
We must stand together, all together.
Oh, well, eat straight.
Is that how it works?
Mm-hmm.
Just like that, y'all. We live. Welcome to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
And this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project of the Community Development and Training Center, aka See That.
See that.
And we would like to thank y'all for tuning in, helping us to redefine what's cool, because smart is
The new
gangsta, baby. And if you don't know,
now you know.
Now you know. And this is what you said. So now I'm not getting it on my notifications. Facebook be tripping.
Yeah, no, they be.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm really corny.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so you get yours, I still don't get mine.
Okay,
So
got it.
I'm very corny, right?
Okay.
And I found this like the weirdest stuff that
Okay.
like crack me up.
Okay.
So I don't know if I said this on the radio, because when I just said see that, it reminded me that, and I thought this person that's on Facebook, TikTok, Smoke the Creator,
Okay.
right? And her tagline is like, and then I'm Smoke the Creator, and I don't miss.
And you love Smoke the Creator.
I just like her tagline, right?
Yeah.
And when
nothing like a good tagline though.
I laugh so hard every time I hear it.
It just and you're probably not the only one. That's why Smoke the Creator is like probably killing it.
Maybe.
Yeah. So speaking of that, it's what's on your mind Wednesday.
Okay, let's talk about whatever's on our mind.
So it's what's on your mind Wednesday. Y'all can give us a call 727-637-2416 or put it in the comments. What's on your mind? One of the things, speaking of Smoke the Creator, I saw a video from Darren. Dang, what's Darren's last name? I can't even think of it right now. I'm blanking out.
Holloway.
But Darren Holloway, he posted a video.
I don't know why I knew that.
Yeah, that's my dude.
Okay.
And so he posted a video basically talking about how the amount of money that you get for your Facebook reels and your content creation, basically, right? And it was like one of the videos was showing it was 200 and something thousand views, and the anticipated payout for them 200,000 views was like $22. And so he was saying, and I agree with him on this, I ended up sharing it on my page, was how people are doing all kinds of crazy things, posting all kind of inappropriate content, doing all of this stuff because your page is now monetized, but then you don't end up making a whole lot of money.
Isn't that what's that Facebook, TikTok? Which one was it?
I'm not sure.
Because I do know Facebook pays the most.
Okay.
Out of everybody. If you didn't know. But
yeah, just because you're monetized doesn't mean that you're being valued. Right? And so the point that he was making and the point that I unite with is like, if you're putting your monetization ahead of like how you cover your community, because you know a lot of this stuff is ratchet. I'll just back up for a second. You know what we do here is the New Image Project. The whole when we say this program is being brought to you as part of the New Image Project. The whole idea of the New Image Project is for us to put out new information, new media, graphics, and entertainment,
right,
and to redefine what's cool. So showing a different side of our community, showing like the positive things, showing what's going right in our community. But here's the thing: a lot of that don't make money, right? A lot of that is when you monetize it, it doesn't get into your algorithm, it doesn't circulate. But when you show a fight video or when you show a negative anything, if it bleeds, it leads. They say.
You know what? So now I'm gonna boom, 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 boom. For the first like 10 seconds, I'm gonna put some real ratchet on the video. Like,
okay,
okay, I got your attention. And then now,
okay, let's do that. We got to start doing that because that's the hook.
Yeah, that's the hook.
The hook is the ratchet, but then you can actually get the message behind that because we got to do something different.
But you know what? People do that. I see it. They be like, "Ooh, this was the worst thing I ever had," and you go look at it.
And it's not the worst thing.
Right.
It's totally unrelated.
But if you be like, this is so amazing, people skip across it.
Wow. And so, so just because you monetize doesn't mean that you're being valued. If you're putting your creativity, your culture, or your community online for pennies on the dollar, ask yourself who's benefiting from that.
But I will tell you this. So the other side of that pancake is the people who post a lot of this stuff, this is how they live too. Like we're asking somebody not to be who they are.
Okay.
So you think because people who are conscious about it don't do it.
Yeah.
People who don't care.
Yeah.
Do it.
Yeah, I guess you know right. Every like isn't love. And
and
every
so
share isn't support.
So like again,
for some people.
When what happens is we look at social media and we want them to be like us.
Not necessarily.
No, I'm just saying in your mind, you be like you want them to.
I mean, it's just you want to see the best of us. Like I remember watching,
just like you want to see you in that, but even though you can't see it because you want the best for us. Like this is like if you want generational wealth, you want everybody else to want generational wealth.
I think most people do.
No, they don't.
Based upon the algorithm, but I think most people want to have something and leave something behind.
Most want something, but not you. But in your mind,
it's more than not.
Okay.
So listen to your.
I'm gonna sip my coffee and
we doing that this morning. So content creators, listen up, y'all. Just balance it out. You know what I mean?
Good morning, Mom.
If negative content is your thing and that's what you're really into, do that. That's all right. Okay, go ahead. But just have some balance. Like put something positive. Put something. You know what I mean?
I don't even
like it. Don't have to all be ratchet, right?
I'm not telling, and I'm not co-signing or not. Either way, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like they just,
Yeah, I mean, okay. What they say, you stand for something or you fall for anything,
right?
Yeah, and some people
just fall for anything. Okay. You just see the people that fall, like you see. Like in our mind, we want everybody to be on this side to want better.
Yeah, we want everybody to support the New Image Project, and you can do that by liking, sharing, subscribing to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club, and you'll be a supporter of the New Image.
Because we here.
We here. We ain't going nowhere.
Do you have a would you rather? Because we're gonna still talk about this kind of like.
Oh yeah.
After the 8:00 hour, we want to get into the viral post that went in to St. Pete.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this: St. Pete need a timeout.
Okay, yeah, St. Pete been going viral for a few things,
and it ain't all good. I mean,
but see, that's what I'm talking about.
But
it's a lot of good that's happening in St. Pete.
A lot of good that's happening.
But none of it's going viral.
Right.
The ratchet stuff is going viral, and it's just interesting to see that that's the reality of the state of play. But it's not new. It's been that way for a long time, and so it is what it is. But I figured it's what's on your mind Wednesday, and I would say that.
Okay.
So let us know what y'all think about this algorithm. If this algorithm controls what's popular, how do you bend the algorithm? Jim Jones figured out how to bend the algorithm. Like he's everywhere.
I ain't seen him.
Okay, well he's all up and down my timeline. Yeah, but that's the thing, I guess. So he said something crazy about Nas. He compared himself to Nas, saying that he was better.
I heard him. So
but now he's everywhere. He's like on Shannon Sharp. He's like in all of these interviews.
He didn't bend it. He fell into the norm. He started beef. Like So he didn't do nothing special, but
just say something crazy and
actually every time Jim Jones. Every time Jim Jones is viral or his name come up, it's about some beef that he has with Dipset. Like, you know, I wrote group or something. Yeah, like I wrote all their lyrics and all this. You know, boo. Now they're comparing Jim Jones to Nas.
He comparing himself.
Well, I mean, but people having a conversation about it.
Yeah, that's it. Interesting.
Yeah. So
yeah, we do have Would You Rather. Would You Rather is brought to you by Jerish Martin, LLC. So when you're looking for high quality entertainment curation and top tier event stage management, look no further than Jerish Martin. Jerish Martin LLC offers professional entertainment consulting, artist coordination, and event management services to bring your next event to life. Would you rather? Would you rather heal completely from your past but forget all the lessons it taught you, or carry the pain with you but use it to help others?
But I will tell you, if you're carrying the pain with you and using it to help others, then usually you done healed yourself from the past.
Okay. You can help yourself as well. That's what my wife. So I posted this as well.
Oh, your wife said the same thing?
Said the same thing. Yes. Your twin flame. Right? You and your twin flame. Very similar. So let us know what would y'all doing? What you doing? Would you rather heal completely but forget the lessons it taught you? How do you?
No, because you
got how you do that.
I don't know. So I'm going with 2, Alex.
Okay, gonna take 2. You're gonna carry the pain with you, but use it to help others.
Yeah, because it gives you a different light. Like we've talked about, you know.
Yeah.
We've talked about me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We talked about
Councilmember Gabbard. Good morning.
Yeah, we talked about some of the
Madam
things.
President. Good morning.
Good morning. You know that we sit in and how it made me a better person once I looked at it in a different lens.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. And took the life lessons from it and not just said like, a woe is me. Yeah. And how many people losing my son has allowed me to minister to so many other people who've lost their children and help them go through this journey.
Right.
You know, and so would I want to take that away? Like, no, like,
okay.
I enjoy being able to, like, I'm like, if not me, Lord, then who?
Right.
You know what I mean? Because everybody don't have that mindset.
True.
You know what I mean? Some people sit in this and be like,
it's just me and mine, and or woe is me type
right.
Stuff. Yeah.
But when you look at it, like, a matter of fact, Jared's birthday is Saturday. He'll be 5.
Yeah. Wow.
You know?
Wow.
And you.
Yeah.
You know,
and you use that to help other people. Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I'm going with the latter.
Okay, got it. So y'all put it in the chat. Let us know. Would you rather completely heal from your past but forget all the lessons it taught you, or carry the pain with you but use it to help others? And I think I'm gonna do that too. I'll carry it, and then use it to help others, because
the healing journey is within itself.
Helping other people helps heal you.
It does.
That heals you too.
And you don't hold on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't hold on. Like, grief is crazy, like, and trauma.
Yeah.
But once you learn the lesson from it and you don't hold on to the bad part of it and you figure out what you need to get from it.
Yeah.
It's such an aha moment, and it no longer holds you to the standard that you have to be angry, that you have to get revenge. You have to do this. You know what I mean? Because grief make you feel, it'll tear you up.
That grief is for real though. It'll have you in some crazy, thinking crazy, wanting to do crazy stuff. A lot of that, that fratricidal violence that we see is just grief.
And trauma and all of this, and not being able to get the lesson from what you were supposed to learn from it. Right now, it's 8:00.
Almost. Is my clock slow?
I don't know. The computer.
I think that might be wrong.
We got 3 minutes.
Okay, because I want to do these public services.
Go ahead. Go.
Public service announcements that we want to make. And they're from the city of St. Pete. And so there's private sewer line rebates for St. Pete homeowners. So if you're a homeowner in St. Pete, you may be eligible for up to $5,000 in rebate to repair or replace the sewer pipe that connects your home to the city system. The city of St. Pete has launched a private lateral rehabilitation rebate program. That's a mouthful. To reduce your sewer overflows and protect your home during heavy rain. If your underground pipe is leaking or damaged, this program can help cover the cost of the inspection and the repair. In fact, if you've already done the work after January 1st, 2025, you may even qualify for a retroactive rebate. This is a one-time rebate. It's available for eligible single-family homeowners on a first-come, first-served basis. So you can check your eligibility, apply online, or call for details. The number is 727-893-7261, or you can email private.lateral@stpete.org or visit stpete.org to get more information to protect your property. Also, just as another public service announcement in the 2 minutes that we have, utility rate changes are coming in October. So attention, St. Pete residents. Changes to your water, wastewater, stormwater, reclaimed water, and sanitation utility rates are being considered by City Council for the upcoming fiscal year that will start in October. This happens usually every year between July and September. And so now's the time for you to weigh in on it. The city is investing in modern infrastructure to prevent service disruptions, reduce flooding, and improve long-term resilience against climate change. These upgrades are critical to maintaining safe, reliable, and clean water services for our community. Here's some key dates. August 14th is when council is set to have a public hearing on the first public hearing on it. September 5th is the next public hearing where you can voice your concerns, and then the new rates will take effect in October. So what can you do? Stay informed, make your voice heard, explore ways to conserve water, reduce your bill through rebates and programs offered by the city. And if you have questions, you can contact the City of St. Pete, 727-893-7280, or you can visit stpete.org for more details. Right.
Okay.
So we're going to take a break. And then after the break, we're going to talk about this pleasure party that's going viral. Good morning, Tiffany. We got Trump did what? He's talking about deporting Elon. I mean, it's a lot happening. And so
he did what? His big bill?
Yeah, the big bill passed.
But we still got another. It still has to go through the House.
Still some work to be done on that. But he's talking about deporting his homeboy. Also, the nationwide injunctions that the Supreme Court just basically said that you can't do these nationwide injunctions and stop, his movement.
Diddy might be free today.
Alligator Alcatraz is another thing that we want to talk about. It's a lot going on, y'all. So y'all make sure that y'all stick around. We'll be back in about 6 or 7 minutes after the hour right here on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club.
Nigga wanna kick shit, but I'm tired of. Always wanna freak when it get turned up. When you see a bad bitch, better holler. Ratchet asshole can't get no love. Bitch, I'm a star, better bring a crowd up. Everything I spit, yeah, they wanna swallow. You just wanna fuck steak to tomorrow. Dog ass niggas all wanna holler. I come in a club, tryna get geek with a bug. You ain't even know I popped up. Niggas won't hug, you get no love. TLC time and no love, no scrub. Round and around we go. But then work out for me, work out for me. Round and around we go. But then work out for me, work out. See, we had a good thing. Don't know if I'ma see you again. Yeah, but is that a good thing? 'Cause boy, you can't be my man. I know it's on your brain. Probably hoping never would end. But is it a real thing? Oh yeah, just a one nightmare. Oh, it didn't work out for me, work out for me. Oh, it didn't work out for me, work out for me.
But if we have one, I'm going to be watching over them very carefully on behalf of the nation.
Like that.
Just like that.
We are back.
Yeah, and for everybody that stayed on, you was listening to PS St. Pete's own, Qiana's own.
Yeah.
Cheyenne Roberts.
St. Pete and Qiana's own, Cheyenne Roberts.
Yes, with Cheyenne.
Yes.
Safe travels. She's outgone. She left this morning to go to New Orleans.
Okay, for the Essence Festival.
Yes.
That's what's up. That's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And then we were just talking about it offline. It's like how cool is that to be able to make a living doing what you love?
It's crazy, and
Yeah.
it looks different. Like you,
Hey, Miss Teresa.
you know how like with her, because she does her solo career, she has the group career, she does backup singing,
Right.
and to be able to not put yourself in the box and say, "Hey, this is the only thing I could do."
Right.
Because like right now, like she's singing with Money, and they're doing backup with
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah.
But
Money Long.
Money Long.
Yeah.
And Money Long right now is one of the biggest female artists there is.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able, while she's working on her solo stuff,
Yep.
to still be able to get a check and travel the world and still do it. But a lot of people wouldn't. Like, even you look at like the fans said stuff like, they were like, wait, y'all stopped this to do that? No, we're doing it all. Like, we're doing it all.
And you can. Like,
you can.
Yes.
It's about the love of what you do.
Right. And then she do like these pop-ups. Like she did a pop-up at the Catalyst for that Father's Day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just like
she headline shows, like she come in, and like even though like they're doing the Boys Minds tour with Monica and Brandy,
right,
and Kelly Rowland, who actually set her group up to, did their group, and then Money and Jamal from who just won American Idol.
Okay.
But in the mix of that, right? In the mix,
that go back to what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Why that ain't viral?
Right. But in the mix of all of that, she has her own dates. So while she's on tour, we got to fly her back. To do her own headlining dates in between. So to be able to do that is amazing and a blessing. So
that is such a blessing. And I was going through some videos that we had from like the Family Fun Day.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see it?
Yes. Yes.
I think it might have been like the 3rd annual Family Fun Day. This was maybe 2017 or something like that. And I was like, look at how young all of us look, right?
I still look that young. I don't know about
yeah. Well, I got a few more gray hairs.
I do got a couple gray hairs
when I started. So there's a St. Pete woman who was captured on a video at a local pleasure party, and it's going viral. Those adult themed gatherings, games, laughter, and other wild moments. But the problem is, I guess, allegedly, maybe I'll put that in here. Allegedly, she told her friend to take the video down, and she didn't take it down. And that was like a thing. like she's saying, you know, look, you kind of got me at, you know, in a spot where I really don't want the world to see that, but it's too late. The world has seen it.
Look at my face. First of all, that ain't your friend.
Okay.
Okay, let's get that clear right there. If your friend takes pleasure on your embarrassment, they're not your friend. There's some underlined jealousy.
Yeah.
And so you need to get as far as away from that person, because once you expressed it, like, you know, people may post stuff because they think it's funny, but once you express that you didn't like it,
okay,
they should really honor that. And then on top, I just think when you're posting somebody like funny moments and stuff like that, or private moments, you should discuss that before you post it.
Before, like, okay,
and that's just common courtesy. You know.
So what about this part? So when you're at an adult event, do you have an expectation of privacy?
You should, but you know what?
Everybody filming, like
everybody doesn't have the same common courtesy. Like, I have videos of parties that I would never post, and they're not necessarily inappropriate. You know what I mean? It's just not. I'm never gonna. You know, somebody may be drinking, they may be drunk, and it may be funny at the time, and it's a good insider, but nothing that I want to show the world that somebody else can judge them off of this moment.
Right. So with you and your circle, do you have like an unspoken code where your friends and people know that, you know, not to post certain content?
Listen,
do they know? Like, nah, we,
because I got real friends. I don't have to tell them not to embarrass me.
Okay.
I don't like this. I don't have to do that.
Right.
No. Right. And if I have to tell you not to do it, I don't believe you're my friend. You're not. You're just an associate.
You know, this is an embarrassing moment for me.
Right.
And I have to tell you, don't post that.
No.
Then that's
you're not.
That's a flag, I guess.
You're not my friend.
Period.
And I feel like period, and you're jealous. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it rears its head in different aspects of, you know what I mean, of friendships, and you don't realize some people envy you. Like, just say, girlfriend, you were at this party having fun. You was the life of the party.
Yeah, apparently.
Right.
Yeah.
And they probably bring you that because you the one that set it off. Boom, 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 boom. But you also got a profession that you go through, and I bet you your girlfriend probably don't have one.
Okay.
So she ain't worried about. She don't have no consequences.
That's what the other part. They said she was supposed to be at work when this was going on, and now the video is showing like you called off to go do this party,
right?
And now the party is going viral.
And so how not are you gonna pay my bills? Like, this is stuff like that. Like, no, you're not my friend.
Lack of consideration. So do you think that clout chasing has replaced common courtesy? Like, people trying to go viral and have these monetized moments, or
it possibly
even if it's not monetized, because a lot of times these pages ain't even monetized. They're just trying to do it for the likes and the shares.
It could be, but again, that person's not your friend.
Okay, I hear that.
I have to go back to that, like, because there's so much stuff. Like, you could have changed that video and made it animated. You could have put something over her face that you couldn't see her.
Okay,
like, you know what I mean? Like, you have control of the video. Right.
But just the fact that you
posted it, and then she asked you to take it down, and you like, no.
That is not
that's a big problem. And you know, when you're doing pleasure parties, like, it's your, think of it like your bedroom. You necessarily don't want nobody filming your bedroom that you have a video. Like, I used to do pleasure parties. One of my million jobs that I had.
One of the million jobs. Well, it was hosting pleasure parties.
Right. Okay. And the thing is
how do you handle that if a video of one of your parties like gets out?
See, I never had that problem.
Okay, because the people who show up,
they're friends. Like, you want to know that this is like a safe space. Like, you create, because you have conversations. Some of this is about education.
Okay,
you know what I mean.
Or like when you walk in the door at this, I guess this is kind of one of them lesson learned for the host or for the participants. When you walk into a pleasure party, you want to have some rules, right? Like, no videos, don't be posting, don't do, because there was some stuff going down at the pleasure party.
See, and I only saw a small clip of it, right? But shame on you, girl. Yeah. Shame on you, friend. Shame on you.
Okay, so there's no issue with being at the pleasure party having a good time.
You're grown. Do what you do. Like, what you like. Do. Listen. it's a professional person, and then there's a wind down person. It's
it's the person who you are on your job, and it's the person you are when you at the pleasure party.
And not even just a pleasure party, it's the person who you are around your friends and your families.
Okay.
Because you shouldn't have to think or be like, I gotta be careful because of this is when you let your guard down.
Right.
Around the people that's close to you.
Wow. So that's what's on your mind Wednesday, y'all. We're here on the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. Y'all chime in. We're talking about this woman from St. Pete who was captured on a video at a pleasure party that went viral. And she asked her friend to take the video down, and her friend wouldn't take it down. And we just kind of having a conversation about it. So let us know what you think. Put it in the comments. Who was wrong? Was the friend wrong for posting it? Or was the other friend wrong for being there and being ratchet?
The friend that was there being ratchet ain't wrong. The friend who posted it was definitely wrong. And if you want to call 727-637-2416.
All right, and then also I saw that this big bill, the big ugly bills, big beautiful or whatever they call it.
Whatever they call it.
The big bill actually passed on a dramatic 50-50 vote where Vice President J.D. Vance had to cast a tie-breaking vote to pass Donald Trump's massive tax cut and spending reduction package in the U.S. Senate, branded as the One Big Beautiful Bill Act until Democrats stripped it of the name. This 940-page law includes $4.5 trillion in tax cut, sweeping reductions to Medicaid and food stamps, and $350 billion increase in border and national security. So some key highlights: the tax cuts have been made permanent. So Trump's 2017 tax cuts, they were originally set to expire, are now extended indefinitely. New cuts were also added, including no taxes on tips. Medicaid and food stamps will slash $1.2 trillion in cuts. They target these safety net programs. Tighter eligibility rules, new work requirements, and state reimbursement changes could lead to millions losing benefits. There's also nearly 11.8 million Americans who may become uninsured by 2034. The bill also adds $3.3 trillion to the deficit over 10 years. And it's just crazy how the world is working itself out, right?
It is. Now, it does have to go through one more step, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But here's the question that we have here. So one of the things that was big as a part of a talking point in the conversation was this no tax on tips. Okay, so it sounds good for service workers, but what's the trade-off if you lose your health coverage and your food assistance? So what do you think? Do you think that the no taxes on tips is the good thing for service workers, or no?
I don't know. I will tell you is that I worked in the restaurant business too. Yeah. I lived off of tips at one point.
Okay.
And sometimes people tips are pretty big. You know what I mean? Like it can't people make good living from tips in the
service industry.
Yes,
Absolutely.
they do.
Absolutely.
And people think they look down at it and be like, oh no, people really can buy houses, do a lot of stuff from it. So I'm not necessarily saying that you shouldn't have to pay taxes on tips. I'm gonna say that.
Okay.
Because I gotta pay taxes on my money. All the money I make, I gotta pay taxes on
all the income. Yeah.
All the income, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you only paying taxes on the $3 or the $5 that you're making, but then on your offset, your night, you made 200. So we follow. Remember the girl from the cat? She kind of did a video of like how much money she made and did that. Like she's a bartender. She made tips. She was making like $1,000 a day or something like that doing that. And so her wage that she got paid for was less than the tips, but you walking away with $1,000 in cash. You don't gotta pay taxes on it. But I don't know, and I ain't no hater. So, if the shoe fit, I ain't no hater. So maybe I might need to figure out how to make another tip job, so I ain't got to pay taxes on it. I don't know. So,
I guess that's one of the conversations about it is the trade off, right? Because if the revenue that come from these taxes is not coming in,
Mm-hmm.
then you have to make that up somewhere, or you cut some programs, and that's what's happening. Like a lot of these, programs that benefit service workers who, sometimes are low wage earners. In most cases, the offset programs. Oh, look, we just cooling.
We got to say it. No, you good.
Got our feet up this morning. But no, those who are in these industries, may be impacted by these cuts as well. So like the Medicaid, the insurance cuts, the healthcare costs, and all of the things that go with it. And so it's like, what's the trade-off for these things? Rodney Bennett. Rodney says, we talk about the bill in terms of dollars, but we don't talk about the laws that strong arm the courts, allowing Trump to not follow the rule of law legally. So yeah, you get to. That's almost an oxymoron. You can legally not follow the law.
Yeah, and that's really kind of what Trump is just doing whatever Trump want to do,
and the courts is siding with him,
right? Which is crazy.
Yeah,
but you know what? He put all his homeboys on payroll. So like when you put all, who gonna
check you? You go ahead. You could have said that.
Like who gonna check me, boo? Like because all your homeboys is
on the bench, like,
right?
That's what you got.
And when they start to check you, you see what happened because him and Elon Musk is now beefing.
Yeah, him and his big dog. I want to talk about what Rodney mentioned though.
Okay, go ahead,
because it is a good point. We'll come back to him and Elon. But the Supreme Court actually delivered Trump a legal win. So the court just handed President Trump a significant victory, not by ruling on the birthright citizenship policy directly, but by limiting what federal judges can do about it. So in a 6-3 decision, the justices ruled that the lower courts do not have the power to block presidential policies across the whole country. Trump, he issued an executive order that tried to reverse a long-standing constitutional norm around birthright citizenship. This is kind of the backstory. So it sought to deny citizenship. To children born in the U.S. unless their parents are U.S. citizens or permanent residents. While the court didn't rule on whether or not that policy was legal, the case centered around. I'm hitting the table.
Yeah.
The case centered around whether one judge should be able to halt it for the whole country. So basically, they said no, one judge can't stop, what happens around the whole country if there's a district, if you're in your district, basically, you can rule over your district, but you can't do an injunction to stop a nationwide policy, which basically opens up the door for
one person to do what he can do whatever he want to do, because then
to Rodney's point about legally
just
doing something that's illegal,
right?
Yeah,
which is crazy. He need to hurry up and get out of office.
So since he took office, they said federal. So here's the other part of it, the impact. So since he took office, federal judges have issued over 90 injunctions temporarily halting his policies, including immigration bans, healthcare changes, and now the birthright issue. Trump and his allies say that this proves that the judiciary is biased and out of control. Critics say that those injunctions were only meant to check dangerous policies. So should judges in one part of the country be allowed to block laws or executive orders? What do you think?
I think they should. Mm-hmm. This is why we put it as checks and balances. Mm-hmm. Like when one person, if only one person has the power, we become a dictatorship. Yeah. Right. It's your way or the highway. And that's not America. Like that's not where we live.
Right. Right.
There's other countries.
Not yet.
Right. But that's where it looks like it's going or trying to go. Where this is why this stuff was put in place so that nobody has all the power.
Right.
And that the people will is done and not just yours.
And now with this new law or new ruling, basically, they're saying that he can do that and they can't stop
and
it.
I just want to sit down and listen I know this your homeboy, but your kids are going to be affected by this. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And Trump switch out on everybody.
Right. Yeah. In a moment's notice. And then they say that many of Trump's legal wins at the Supreme Court haven't come to full trials or through oral arguments, but through what's called the shadow docket. This is the fast behind the scenes rulings that happen like really quickly. And of the 14 shadow docket rulings on Trump's policies, 9 of them have gone his way. It's another one of these quiet but powerful shifts in the way that our democracy is happening. And so when you see these, no kings and, dictatorship conversations happening, like it's really real, y'all. Like they're really moving forward. So what happens next? There's more cases to come. This is likely just the beginning. So from tariffs, the deportations to students, surveillance is another one that's going to be coming. Trump's policies are facing these ongoing legal challenges, but this decision actually sets a major precedent, weakening the power of the lower courts to block those policies until the Supreme Court itself gets the final word, and he has already.
I think the Supreme Court now needs to have terms.
Okay. Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Term
like
limits on the
they
Supreme
need
Court.
to have term limits on the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Because you think they usually die out.
Okay. Give us a call, Rodney. Sound like you got something good that you want to contribute this morning. 727-637-2416. He said he's not talking about the Supreme Court. Though the bill they are making, through the bill they're making it law. Okay, I got you. So what happens is, like, before he was doing these executive orders, that can be reversed once you have a new administration.
Mm-hmm.
But when they pass it through a bill, now it's actually law, and the law can basically. And
then now you have to really go through, present another bill to offset that bill to check.
727-637-2416. 727-637-2416. It's on the little ticker at the bottom right there too, Rodney. So yeah, give us a call or put your thoughts in the comments. You're listening to the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club right here on 99.1 FM, 99 Jams the Bird. And if you'd like to support the station and all of the work that's happening to inform our community, you can go to www.99jamsthebird.com and hit that donate button. And yeah.
Hello. Caller, introduce yourself.
It's Mr. Bennett. How y'all guys doing?
We're
pretty
doing
good,
amazing.
Mr.
Thank you
Bennett.
for calling, Mr. Bennett. Talk to me, man. What's on your mind? What's on your mind Wednesday? We're talking about.
Okay, so as it relates to this particular issue,
yes, sir.
To me, we're talking about this thing in terms of deficit. There's a lot of focus on what's going to happen with Medicaid, Medicare, SNAP benefits, and that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there needs to be a focus on that. But more importantly to me, I look at policy.
Okay.
And when we look at what they're doing with the laws, they're making it so the president can do what he's already doing. He's already saying, I know the law. Bump your law. I'm going to do what I want to do anyway.
Yeah.
Then we're going to fight this all the way up to the Supreme Court, and maybe they side with me. Mostly they have, but not always.
Yeah.
So now he's saying, okay, let's make it a law that I don't have to do what the courts say. And there's nothing the courts can do to enforce it.
Wow. Okay.
So when you talk about he needs to hurry up and get out of office, you're not understanding. If you just look at it, well, if I don't have to follow the law, what makes you think I'm going to follow the Constitution? Because I haven't followed it up to this point.
Yeah.
Why am I going to leave?
Wow. Yeah, that's a great.
He has complete control of the Army, the Navy, the entire military. The guy he appointed at the top says, I'm going to do whatever the president tells me to do.
Not the rest of the government. Like so
not the rest of the government.
They're loyal to the executive branch. Right.
Pam Bundy, the AG, said, I'm going to do whatever the president tells me to do, and we need more money for jail. That's the first thing she said in that confirmation hearing. Go look it up. It's right there.
Yeah.
The first 3 things come out of her mouth.
Wow. Wow. Well, I appreciate that perspective and that context.
Right on.
Bennett, man. Thank you so much for calling.
If you feel like you got something else to say, call back.
Oh, yeah. I know Mr. Bennett. He rocking with us heavy, man. I appreciate that. I was about to give y'all my Mr. Bennett story, but I'll save that for another time.
Okay.
But to say, I love that brother. Just I'll stop there. And there's a lot of reasons why. And that's one of them. Again, look at being able to step back and just look at what's actually happening, what's really going on around us is very important. When we look at these conversations, we have these conversations because he's really setting himself up, like we talk about, as
to do what he want to do
as a dictator. And this was something I thought about a while back, and Mr. Bennett just brought it back to me. Like, he knows what the law is, but he's saying, I'm going to break the law. Then when I break the law, you sue me, right? Or you take me to court, and then the court side with him in breaking the law.
This is what happened when you have how many felons? How many felonies did he have?
Man, 30 something.
He got 30 something felonies, and he's running our country. So what he does is break laws.
Yeah, he's clearly not someone who you can look to
that has the moral standards.
to follow the laws of the land.
Right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Oh man, it was something else that you had. I'm trying to. Oh, we was talking about him and Elon.
Yeah.
Him and Elon beefing. And so let me just find that.
And I still think they're playing in our face, to be honest.
Elon and Trump?
Yeah, I think they're still playing in our face.
Okay.
Oh, we have a caller. Let's see who this is. Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
How you doing? It's Charles Mission. Good day.
Good day.
Hey, Charles, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from New York City.
Okay, Mr. Charles. Okay, and tell us a little bit about yourself, Charles.
Oh, right. I'm the next thing that you need to see right now. Something that you might want to be. Charles Mission. I'm here with this word that I got for y'all. Great music. Great music.
You sound like you're a New Yorker.
I sound like a New Yorker?
Yeah. He came in ready, like spitting the little bars a little bit. Yeah. I'm the place to be.
I'm the next thing that you need to see, man.
Not for real.
Nah, I hear that.
Not for real.
What's on your mind, Brother Charles? What's on your mind?
On my mind?
Yeah.
Listen, man, I woke up today feeling blessed, man. I hope y'all got that same energy too.
Always.
Word.
So,
Word, I feel it.
So you've been doing music since you were 16?
It's legit.
Oh.
No, for real. No, for real. Listen, the first artist that I really ran into and inspired me was Jadakiss, man. I met his mama in the DFY detention, and he came through, and he heard me. He said, keep going. I ain't need to hear nothing else.
Okay. Now, so, like, if you had one artist that you wanted to do music with, who would it be?
Too fast?
I didn't hear
you. Too fast? Damn, I said it too fast. Your turn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said if you had one artist that you wanted to do music with, who would it be?
Young Thug.
Young Thug.
Why Young Thug?
Young Thug.
A New York guy want to do something with Young Thug?
That is the Leo kin right there. All right, so you want me to say Tory, free Tory? My Leo brothers, man. It's different type of stuff coming from them guys, man. I swear.
Oh.
So, Brother Charles, just on topic but off topic. So, seeing what's happening with this whole Jim Jones Nas conversation, man. What's the New York take on what's going on with Jim Jones and Nas right now? What's your thoughts?
Oh, man, truthfully, man, Jim Jones is doing this thing, man. He's staying relevant for today. Nas is a vet. He letting his time go. For me, he did his part. He set his foundation. He said that he did the milestones. Jimmy don't want to stop. Jimmy gonna keep applying pressure. I respect it.
I hear that. So you say,
but Nas is the big homie. We know this, man. This big Queens, man. We ain't going. I'm not trying to even play with that.
That's right. No, I just wanted to get your take on that because there's a lot of different, perspectives and viewpoints, and a lot of times we only hear those who are, close to us. And so I just wanted to get where you were on that and what's your take as somebody who's, from New York and up there.
Now you done said you would do a song with Tory, and you said you'll do with Thug. Now they totally different artists. So what's your music like? Like you find yourself in drill music, just New York rap, like?
Oh man, lie. It's a mood. I'm really giving you a mood. You working out, you're gonna want to listen to me.
Okay,
good, man. You messing with your lady, man, you're gonna want to listen to me, man. You want the drill, you're gonna want to listen to me, man. I don't know what it is. It's just I just make sure I do it for the people.
You definitely a Leo. Look.
I don't know. I just make sure I do it for the people.
So how can
the energy and you deserve? How can y'all find me on the internet? I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube, Facebook. Charles Mission. Hold on, let me say it slower. Charles Mission.
Okay.
When you say Charles Mission, think of John Wick.
Okay.
There we go.
Like
There we go. Yes, that's the energy we need in the morning. Yes.
Now, are you touring? Like, can anybody expect to see you hitting any stages soon?
I want to build up some more.
Okay.
If y'all got a stage for me, I might have to come through, step down, step up, and perform.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So okay, so your handles is Charles Mission.
Charles Mission.
Is that like on all the platforms?
All platforms. Charles Mission.
Now, question: what made you start music?
Honestly, my great uncle is Ken Booth, reggae pioneer. So I grew up with my mama always listening to Uncle Ken.
Mm-hmm.
Uncle Ken could sing. So it's just like, it's so much. Mommy always say, man, you could do it. That was another one that said, do it.
So how big is your support from your family? Because I know a lot of times when you're chasing a dream like this, that can go either way as well. Like your family may, support you, or they may tell you, man, you need to stop that and get a job. What kind of support you getting?
I'm getting like great feedback. My mama, she happy. My little brothers, they happy. My sisters, they happy. They rather me do this than be in the street.
Right. Right. No, I hear that.
Rather me do this than be in the street, and especially now I'm making some type of progress.
That's good.
Well, you're on the radio, man. We definitely thank you for giving us a call here at WUJM 99.1 FM. If there was a final thought that you had for the people, or a final word or message, or why they should rock with you, what would that message be to the people, man?
Why the world got to rock with me? Because this is for them.
I hear that.
This music is for y'all. When you hear this, you got to close your eyes and feel it and get in the zone. Mood with me.
I love that.
I love that.
Well, thank you for calling, brother Charles. Charles Mission, ladies.
I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all so much.
Yeah, if you ever in the area, hit us up.
I'm gonna make sure I do. Y'all make sure y'all have a great day. Blessings.
You do the same.
Peace and blessings. What's on your mind Wednesday on WUJM 99.1 FM, 99 Jams the Berg. And if you're an artist and you got something that you want to say, give us a call. What's on your mind Wednesday, y'all? Hit us up. Let us know. The number 727-637-2416. And we here. We ain't going nowhere.
We do it for the people. This is community radio at its finest.
Oh my God.
And just look, we have had artists call from all over.
Yeah. I was trying to think of the list, but I can't think of the list. So all over is appropriate.
All over. Just all over.
All around the world.
And you know what's crazy is that we get more people outside of the area calling than the locals, but that's fine.
That's how it goes sometimes. I guess that the prophet is not without honor except in his own home. And so people outside of where we are, they understand the value of what we're doing sometimes.
Yes,
more than others. Or people have they thing. People be people in our
But you want me to say, people don't understand how hard it is for artists to get on the radio.
Yes.
To be heard on the radio, because the radio is so industry tight that you got to know somebody, or you have to have that hit record to already get out there for somebody big to come in and interview you.
Right.
So to the fact that you can promote yourself on the radio is a big thing.
It's a huge thing. All right, so back to this thing with Elon and Mr. Trump. So the political feud between President Trump and Tesla CEO Elon Musk has exploded this week. With Musk, he criticized the big bill that Trump just passed. It's the massive spending plan, and it also basically is going to add to the national debt. So in a string of viral X posts, Elon Musk slammed the bill, calling the GOP the Porky Pig Party and threatening to fund primary challenges against Republicans who support it. Trump was clearly irked by that. He fired back, suggesting that Musk is mad because the bill eliminated the electric vehicle mandate, and he floated the idea of deporting the South African-born billionaire. Trump told reporters that he would have to take a look at deporting Musk, who is a naturalized citizen. So you know that they actually just began this move to start to denaturalize citizens. So even if you went through the process and became a citizen, they can still undo that and send you out. And so he said that he was looking at doing that. Musk responded by saying, so tempting to escalate this, but I will refrain from now. Trump then doubled down, hinting at revoking government contracts and invoking the Doge department that Musk once led himself. So he basically going to sick the department that he just had Elon in charge of on him. And it's just crazy. So Musk previously spent $270 million backing Trump and GOP candidates in 2024. He now says that Republicans who supported this bill, you're wrong. So what do y'all think? Is this dangerous for the president to even joke about deporting a U.S. citizen for political criticism? What you think? Is that okay? Like, I don't like your position on my policy, so I'm going to kick you out the country. That's where we at with it now?
Sound like white privilege to me.
Okay.
Like,
I don't like where you at with my policy, so I'm going to send you back to South Africa.
I mean, we look at it, we see the laws. We see, there was black Africans and there was white Africans. Now he's just an African.
Okay, yeah. And it depends on the day of the week or the theme of the tweet. Because he was out there talking about how he was going to buy a Tesla a few months back, and now he's saying, I want something with gas. I need gas cars. I don't need no electric. So it's just that political expediency that we're seeing. I'm gonna just step back for a minute, because what just came to me is like, when you hear about the end of the world and the unraveling of this country, like all of these prophecies about what it would look like in the end times, and I'm not, the Bible thumping or the world in the end tomorrow type stuff, but when you hear about how countries rise and then countries fall, like what we're witnessing is the fall of America in real time. And it's just kind of crazy to see it, because you read about it, you heard about it growing up, but then to actually see that you got somebody in office right now that's doing all he can to like bring this thing down.
And the thing is that everybody has free will, so there is a way to stop him.
Okay.
But people are choosing not to.
But that's the thing, they siding with him, like what Mr. Bennett said.
Yeah,
so it's like, I'm gonna break the law and you can sue me, and then when you sue me, he go and win in court.
That's what I'm saying. So the people that's in courts can stop him.
Yeah.
They could not side with him.
Yeah.
But they're choosing not to.
Yeah. Listen up, America. We're in trouble. I say we, but that's French sometimes, because we're going to be all right regardless. Y'all know how that goes. Another thing I saw was this thing they call an alligator Alcatraz. Have you seen that?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay. So they're moving forward. Trump was just there. Governor Ron DeSantis' administration, with federal approval, they're fast tracking the construction of a 1,000-bed immigration detention facility deep in the Everglades, known by some as Alligator Alcatraz. It will house migrants swept up in President Trump's deportation policies in trailers, tents, and surrounding wetlands.
What's on your mind? What's on your mind?
What's on your mind Wednesday? We got a call on the line. Caller, what's on your mind? If you're talking, we can't hear you.
Sure enough, can't. I'm gonna hang up. Call us back. I think it's crazy. So you know what Alcatraz was?
Yeah.
Where the most dangerous criminals were kept, and they were out in Never Land. So if they tried to escape, the waters would kill them, sharks will kill them. So now you're gonna take immigrants that may have did nothing, just not. Because not all
aligned with the policies of America,
right, and put them out there so that if they try to get to civilization, they get ate by the alligators.
Pretty much
crazy. Hey, caller, introduce yourself.
What's on
your? Hey, what's up, Q? People like y'all.
I knew that was you.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I wanted to roll the dice, but I'm not a gambling man. So.
No, we don't go better. We let Jab do it. Jab win though.
What's good, brother?
Q has sparked it, so it's insight. It's an agenda, and if we believe that it's Trump's agenda, then we being fools. Because we're being overly emotional at that point. In separate conversations, it's very difficult to use the word all, but you're not going to find many people that don't agree that a president itself, the seat is a puppet, right?
Yeah.
And so the puppet is working an agenda.
Right.
So now he's the face of the agenda, and that's the distraction itself. But the past 4 presidents have all given more power to the president, and they have never enacted it. The person at the end is the person that does use that power. And Q sparked this thought process because it's like, you can't stop what he's doing.
Yeah.
Can't nobody stop what he's doing because he got the power to do it. And no one entered the thought process of even imagining to do it. But he's not doing it as Trump. He's doing it as the agenda. And the agenda is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he when Obama was there, y'all, they used his skin to confuse us. So you had 8 years of Republicans saying President Obama's abused his presidential powers, and then they wrapped us up into they just hating on a black man.
Right.
But what the soundbite for second Bush was, President Bush is abusing his presidential powers, but none of them used it, and Trump's gonna use it, y'all.
Yeah.
And that's what y'all watching. Y'all watching the president say, we're gonna get rid of FEMA. Miami, Florida just got rid of a voting cycle until next year. He's gonna do that too.
Wow.
Love y'all, man.
Love you back, man. Appreciate that. All right, so it's What's on Your Mind Wednesday. Again, y'all give us a call. Let us know what's on your mind. What King Reno was just saying is really interesting because it's true. Like how we saw the build up for it, right? Like they've been laying the foundation for this for years, right? Decades even. And to the point about like now you got somebody that just, say it's time to do it. Like we've been getting warnings, we've been getting like these cues to say, okay, this is what's happening around you. And then you finally get somebody in the office that's like, okay, I'm going to execute.
Yeah,
I'm going to run the play.
So
they've been talking about it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, but then here we go. So I get what Reno say that like you can't stop the agenda, but I watch enough movies to show that they stop the agenda.
Well,
right?
Hollywood.
No, Hollywood is also built off of real life scenarios too. Like there's somebody that again, nobody's standing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've seen where people have tried to push laws and then push their agenda.
Okay.
And it was stopped by the people, right? Because it didn't line up with where they felt like it should go.
Mo, thank you for that. Mo bringing it back.
Go ahead.
No, she's Mo said, I will forever say that we need to get back to our original plan and start a skills bank within our community, and all Black and brown people need to join together. That skills bank conversation, that's a CDAC conversation from 2013, 14, 15. When we were organizing, and Mo was actually one of the founding members and one of our board members in the very early days. And so thank you for that reminder, because it is definitely time to do something for ourselves, because if we not, ain't nobody coming to save us, y'all.
No, ain't nobody. I mean, no, because it's not worth their sacrifice.
Oh, wow. But it's worth ours because we got, we got a lot at stake. So another thing I saw was that one of the inmates, it was this one inmate, one escapee is still on the loose after 10 fled the New Orleans parish. And so the 10 inmates escaped, 9 have been captured, 1 is still on the loose. Antoine Massey was one of 10 men who escaped from the New Orleans Justice Center on May 16th by removing a toilet and crawling through a hole. He was arrested last Friday. That leaves Derek Groves. He's the one that's still at large. Massey was incarcerated for domestic battery. He ended up escaping, and then here we go. We talk about the internet. So he was caught after appearing in an Instagram video pleading to celebrities and Trump for help, claiming he was innocent and couldn't afford a lawyer. Q. This man, I'm gonna read the whole paragraph so that you get it. So Massey, who was incarcerated for domestic abuse, battery, vehicle theft, and parole violations, was caught after appearing in an Instagram video pleading to celebrities and Trump to help him, claiming that he was innocent and he couldn't afford a lawyer. What's your thoughts?
You should have been caught. Like, I mean,
what do you do with it?
No, like you already made. So here you go. You already jumped, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Now you're free. I don't know what like you can't.
But you on the run, so you really ain't free.
No, but I mean, you on the run.
I done been on the run, and being on the run, you ain't free.
Well,
there's no freedom when you on the run.
And I think he wanted to get caught.
Okay.
You know how like you tired.
Yeah. Okay.
You be tired.
Yeah, that's true.
You do so
it's like, you know what? Come get me. But here's my side of the story. Okay. Okay. Thank you for that. I know you had to make it make sense some kind of way. No. Yeah. He just was tired. He was ready to get caught. because he been gone since May 16th.
And he don't got no more money. He ain't got no more hideouts.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
So now it's like, you know what?
Yeah, he
hey,
wanted to
listen, y'all come
How could
help.
you not have wanted to
Help me, please.
Somebody,
please. No, listen. I can't tell you, come get me.
Right.
But come get me.
I ain't saying come get me, but come get me. I'm tired, boss. Wow. That is interesting. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah, that's it. Unless you have something already kind of, because this plan, okay, I'm going to tell you, these are the world's dumbest criminals, right? Because like really they plant, and only because they figured out how to escape.
Captured by stupidity, Miss Renee said.
Yes, they figured out how to escape, but had no plan after they got out. For real. So you see, like somebody was sleeping on the bench. Somebody went there.
Yeah, if you look at the way they got caught.
Yeah, it's like the stupidest. Like nobody had like a plan after the plan.
Yeah.
Like okay, once we get where like
once we get outside the gates and across the fence,
what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
Really, and the one who had a solid plan is still out there.
Yeah, and wow. Captured by stupidity. I just can't believe that. Like he on Instagram Live saying,
"Hey, listen,
I'm tired.
I need your help."
Yeah.
And really, he couldn't just say it like, "Yeah, this is stupid," because he in his mind like, and look at his charges. He probably didn't have like a whole lot of time.
He probably was on the back end of
right. He might have let's say 5 to 10 years.
That's that peer pressure though.
Come on, man.
Like we leaving.
And then you see the one.
They did say that it was one that had like a few months left.
And you know what he said? After he did it, he killed himself.
Yeah.
He committed suicide because he knew how stupid it was.
Yeah.
Like you got 2 months and you're gonna jump.
Yeah.
Like you finna be home.
That's peer pressure. So they like, we leaving. What you doing? You ain't going? We got it all figured out. We leaving. But I'll give you this one. This is one of the things that we talk about a lot. When I say we, me, Reno, and Mr. Edmond. The conversation that we would have about the Boys in the Hood and how in the movie Boys in the Hood, there's that scene where you have Trey in the car and they going to like, get their revenge. And then he like, yo, let me out though. Let me out. And in the culture at the time, you would think that Trey was weak. But I said, no, you got to think about how much courage it takes for somebody to know that you're about to go do something that you're not really about. And to say, pull over, man, let me get out the car. Like that kind of courage, that kind of strength needs to be applauded.
It does. And even if you know you about that life, like it doesn't mean you gotta be about that life.
Yeah, think it through.
Like I was just sitting in there, we were talking about last night, like like all of them with this beef that they got, like Lil Durk, all this other stuff, and they talking about all, and I'm like, they're not gonna stop until like they kill each other. And is that the outcome? Like this beef is like I don't really know what the beef is and all that other stuff, but you know
the root of it.
But when you look at it, like, is it really that serious? And at this point, listen, I know people bodies have dropped over here and over there.
That's what we was talking about when we started with grief. Like the way people grieve is like you want.
But somebody has to stop. Somebody has to say enough is enough.
Yeah. And it takes courage to do that. It takes courage to say, you know what? No, we need to do something different. We need to go in a different direction. But that's not the courage that's being applauded in those spaces. Like that's what make you soft. If you want to squash it, if you don't want to fight, now you in some way weak.
No, there's nothing weak about that. There's nothing weak about coming home to your family.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know when the day that you get locked up or die became an honor of your manhood. It's crazy to me, or your womanhood, because it's women out here doing the shooting up bang bang too. I'm not
fighting in the clubs and all that kind of stuff.
Right. But when did that became the badge to say that you a real whatever? Yeah. No, coming home and taking care of your family is the biggest honor that you can get, the badge that you want. Like, hey, I stayed out here. I made a foundation for them. Like, I get to come home, sleep in my own bed, laugh with the people that I love, eat good food, don't have to sit on a cot that's going to mess up my back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Have nightmares of the person who I took life over.
True.
And all because I felt disrespected.
Yeah. At the end of the day. Yeah. on the principle.
Yes, no, the principle is bring your tail home. And I almost cussed.
No, that's right. So smart is
the new gangster.
baby.
And if you didn't know,
now you know. Now you know. All right, so the last thing, we have 6 minutes. You want to? I think this probably will be quick.
Go ahead.
We got a quick Ask Qiana that we can do. Ask Qiana is brought to you by the OCGC, One Community Grocery Co-op. You can go to ocgc.coop if you'd like to become a member owner and learn how you can support this community-led movement. My daughter's cut me off over spousal support. Can this be fixed?
Okay.
Qiana, I'm heartbroken and at a loss. After 28 years of marriage, my husband became an alcoholic and we divorced. I received spousal support, and now both of my adult daughters have cut me off because of it. They say they won't speak to me again until I stop taking money from their father, even though it's court ordered and it helps me survive. I used to be especially close with my youngest, but she suddenly stopped speaking to me and blocked me completely. I'm not living in luxury. I'm just getting by, but I've lost both my children over something I thought would never come between us. Is there a way to repair this, or do I need to stop grieving the relationship and realize that it's truly gone?
Life is funny that way, that the impossible can happen.
Okay.
If y'all had a relationship before, if you had a foundation, I almost guarantee it will circle back.
Yeah.
Life has a funny way of teaching you how to not judge everybody's situation.
Okay.
Because you don't know what it feels like to walk in anybody else's shoes.
Right.
Right. Your daughters is young and probably never been married, never had any of those experiences that you have. And once they get some heartbreak and all that other stuff and see it, they'll circle back.
Okay.
I mean, I don't subscribe to all, but typically it does, especially if y'all had a good relationship. And honestly, it ain't none of their business
what goes on
with you and the husband. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
y'all married, y'all did that union with y'all and y'all separated.
Yeah.
Like, you don't divorce your children when you divorce the spouse.
And like, that whole pick a side thing.
No, and you shouldn't have to pick a side. And shame on you, daddy, because he probably doing like a whole woe is me, your mama
taking my money
and all this other stuff. Get off the alcohol. Because you still have your wife.
yeah. Okay. See, I missed that whole thing. Yeah, that's right. The husband became an alcoholic and then they got divorced. And I'm trying to figure out why the children don't want to speak to their mama because she getting money from the dad. Like, that's just the craziest thing.
Because you want me to tell you, the daddy probably, the alcohol has stopped his stability. So he probably has a job where he can, but he's a functioning alcoholic. But with that being said, he probably can't stay nowhere for real, pay his bills and you know what I mean? Like, he's probably the daddy probably scraping bare minimum too, but I do need a little bit.
So they looking at the dad struggle and they saying that it's because mama getting spousal support.
Yeah, but no.
And so mama, we ain't gonna talk to you no more because
but we don't
money from that's crazy.
But it's so much missing from this story.
It is.
So I mean, for me to be able to give a real solid thing, but mama,
it does. This the way that this was written, you got to make a lot of assumptions,
right?
And it's hard to really give sound advice with so little context.
But I will tell you is that I witnessed with my own two eyes somebody who didn't speak to their mother for like 10 years.
Okay.
Right. And it was over anger, but the mother never gave up.
Okay.
And eventually the child did come back, and now they're back where they were supposed to be, because again, you only get one mama.
Okay.
I mean, God may bless you with multiple, you know what I mean?
No, I think that's a good place to be, Q. What you just said, I think that would be a good place for us to close.
Oh, it's
a good place to close, because not all hope is lost, right?
No, it ain't.
And I guess that's really what's at the root of it. Like, you've lost this relationship with your children, and you wondering what can you do to repair it. And so I think, just not giving up on your children, knowing that these are children are children, and be consistent, and know that time often heals all.
Yeah, at the bombs and all that other stuff, once the smoke settle, grass start to grow again.
Right on.
It does. All right.
Final thoughts.
Be the change you want to be and see. Right. Write down those 5 things. It's gonna be a 4-day weekend.
Yes.
Right. We got a holiday. We'll talk about that on Friday because it is the 4th of July.
4th of July. I'm gonna bring in this article on 4th of July from I forget who wrote it. I don't know if it was W.E.B. Du Bois or one of them, but he asked the question, what is the 4th of July to a slave? So we'll bring that in. We're going to talk about the 4th of July and also want to hear y'all plans. We got a What the People Say that we'll be posting, and we got a big announcement too. We got a big announcement on the 4th. So y'all make sure that y'all tune in, tap in. There's more that needs to be done and needs to be said. So thank y'all for rocking with us. Like it, share it, send it to somebody, tag a friend, tell a friend that you got a local program that's really
and we ain't really local. We ain't just local.
We not.
No,
we just had Charles Mission from New York.
Right. We done
New York City calling in.
We done had them all with different time zones and all. But stay tuned for Sister Hughes.
Make you lose your shoes and shout all around the house. This has been the Tampa Bay Breakfast Club. I'm your brother John.
And this is Qiana.
We out.